Hello and welcome, my Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 7-card draw. What do I need read for this full moon in October to new moon in November 2021? I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons. Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle production since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. Link in the description box. Son of a Cancerian mother who named me the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hi, my crab cakes. Working for the weekend, working through the weekend here to get these readings done on time for the full moon in Aries / Void. Of course, we'll get there in a minute. If you are new to the channel, a 7-card draw just means 1 card from 7 different card systems, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific timeline. In this case, a 2-week timeline, a waning moon read. We are looking at the full moon, as I said, full moon in Aries, but goes void, of course, at the exact same moment it goes full. So an astrologer would say, no, that's a void, of course, full moon, but to each their own. That is going down on Wednesday, October 20th, 10:57 a.m. Eastern Time. I am in New York. We're then looking at the waning moon, from full to new, letting go, releasing, forgiving, alchemizing, just all of that, minimizing the waning half of the 28-day moon cycle, which culminates at the new moon in Scorpio on Thursday, November 4th, 5:15 p.m. And now we've got all these things going direct that were retrograde. I would hope this would make for a little bit easier of a waning moon tide, but we shall see. It is a general read. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you would like to go deeper into this reading or any other that I do, you can certainly book me as you like. There's a video in the description box, booking a reading with Mal, that I made to answer all the questions for prospective clients. I am in the process of booking a tarot party out in West Hampton, New York. Very excited for that. We're probably going to call it an enchanted afternoon, drinkies and snacks and all of that. Bunch of women, so excited for that. And all I had to do was send the host the video. She was like, that answered all my questions. Let's book this. So she's talking it over with the people to find the right day and time, right? So please have at it. That being said, please do remember to check your other signs, because your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs are going to process information and energy differently. If those are all 4 different signs, maybe they're all looking at the same timeline that we're going to look at here, but chances are there's more than one thing that needs to be alchemized, healed, waxing moon-ized, if you will, this full to new. So, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can through these decks of cards. All of them are listed in the bottom of the description box, and I put them in the description box in the bottom. So you got to scroll down and see all the cool stuff down there. Cool. Because anybody who's willing to go check out a deck might as well see my stuff on Vimeo. And, I'm teaching on Facebook now pretty much once, twice, maybe even 3 times a week on the Facebook page. Drawing the Circle's Facebook page, covering a bunch of different topics and subjects, so check that out too. Link in the D. Let's get down to this, shall we? Link in the D, I now realize, has another meaning. Please take a nice deep breath. Stands for dignified. Here we go. Using the Caroline Mace archetype deck, I call upon the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of the General Assembly, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, the spirit animals and totems, as well as the pantheon of all pantheons. 1 card in clarity. What is the 8th chakra dominant archetype hovering over the head of the Cancerian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading? The soul power being developed, alchemized from shadow to light, led to gold. The spiritual lessons here, teaching them, helping them, evolving them. This full moon to new, October, November. Well, you got an archetype. Oh, you already know what's in the title. The Samaritan, I was going to say, a scriptural archetype. There aren't that many of them that you can, I mean, obviously a Samaritan is a person from Samara. Maybe that wasn't so obvious, right? A Samaritan, someone from Samara. It's a long story. Appointment in Samara, oh dear. It is a divine family archetype, and I'm loving that for you. And I think you're probably, because you're watching my channel, gonna relate more to the light attribute than the shadow, but let's look at that. The shadow is the lead, is the toxic, which you don't want to acknowledge, which you don't want to look at, or if you are aware of it, you don't want anybody to know about. The light attribute is the gold, what you are shooting for. This is the alchemy, turning an insulator, something that blocks energy, into a conductor, which attracts energy. And a divine family archetype, 9 different families. This is a pretty powerful one. I mean, all archetypes are about power. But the shadow attribute, exacting appreciation and recognition for those you help, for the help you offer. In other words, you're extricating recognition from it. The motivation isn't purely selfless. Now, not that giving and service shouldn't and help shouldn't be in balance. Absolutely, it should be balanced. But this is like making an anonymous donation. Anonymous donation by, and then there's the name. It's like, well, that's not an anonymous donation, right? They donated money, but there's a statue of them out front, you know. It's a bit much. The light attribute, however, refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. And I guess because I was raised by a Cancerian mom, I mean, she's not a bleeding heart. I mean, Cancerians, you know, you're all crab and claws on the outside, because inside is that tender sweetness. Especially if you're from Long Island, you know about eating crabs, soft shell, and all of that. The refining your capacity to really help people you would prefer to ignore takes, it's an empathic thing. And most water signs are empathic. The socio part of empathic, maybe not. But the intuitive part of it, the feeling other people's energy in their energy field, that's definitely on the table here. I can feel that. So, you know, it's interesting, the trapeze artists, right? It's like, hang on, right? Will you let them drop? Right? It's an interesting image for the Samaritan. Certainly, if you're interested, check out The Good Samaritan. I do believe it's, what book is that in? Oh, yeah, the New Testament of the Bible. The Good Samaritan. Like the rest of them are just all rotters, darling. No, it was just one good one of all of them. Let's keep going. The Samaritan archetype, let's see what's going on underneath that, right? 8th chakra, mystical power of the Samaritan. Crown, third eye, throat, and heart chakras. It's going inside you, which, if there is that empathic, sympathetic, sensitive vibe that I'm feeling here, that's probably where it would manifest. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, like this could be involved in charities that other people just won't even touch, or lesser known ones that, you know, things people would rather ignore. So I call upon my goddesses of water, the sign of Cancer, the powers of the West. Please, one card in clarity for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. Alchemizing the Samaritan archetype, heart, throat, third eye, crown is where a lot of the alchemy, a lot of the shadow work goes down. So what do they need to be aware of inside of themselves this full to new? Good. 9 of Pentacles, Malama. And we're familiar with the 9 of Pentacles in tarot in general. The Rider-Waite deck, I call her the Lady of the Manor with the hunting bird. I believe it's a falcon. It's hooded, right? She who has her own. God bless the child that has their own. That has their own. It's a song. Those of you who might not know it, I had to sing it in chorus, I think, in 5th grade. Malama is definitely saying that you have got the wisdom to do this. It's internal. Yes, it can be a card of wealth, but I think this also speaks of self-worth. That you really, really do have that solidity. You may not be at a 10, but you're at a 9. It's like, you're good. You may not be overflowing, but you're good, right? And so your ability to help, right, refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. Now, immediately people can think about the homeless, you know, certain charities, although charities exist because people want to help them usually. This could be someone in your family. This could be someone you don't want to deal with in any way. You prefer to ignore them and they're in need of help. And honestly, you have the stability to do it, at least heart, throat, third eye, crown, right? You have the wisdom within you, the sense of self-worth. Like, I don't think you're going to sacrifice your self-worth to help this person, but it feels like your ethics might very well be in place here. So not so much a wibbly-wobbly emotional field there. Let's look at the outside of this. Mythic Tarot represents lower 3 chakras, the masculine energy, the energy outside. Either you from the outside looking in, you from the inside looking out. Often it's both of those in a holographic relationship here. But lower 3 chakras, relationships, root chakra, tribal dynamics, families, groups, associations. We have more of them than we realize. Second chakra, one-on-one relationships, umbilical cord kind of things, relationships with other people, as well as, you know, money, sex, and power, you know, all of that second chakra stuff. And the solar plexus, which I really feel like is a good seat for the Cancerians because it is their relationship to themselves, right? Their personal power, their honor code, what they will, what they won't, what they do, what they don't, their self-esteem as a verb, not a noun. Going a little non-linear here. So please, what's going on here as I call upon my gods of water? The sign of Cancer, powers of the West. 1 card in clarity, lower 3 chakras for the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing the Samaritan with the 9 of Cups, Pentacles on the inner. On the outer, we've got the King of Cups, the Cancerian card. I know that was a long shuffle because they were waiting to get this puppy in my hand. This is Orpheus. Long story, Orpheus and Eurydice. Why couldn't he just follow directions? The King of Cups here, literally the Cancerian card, cardinal water here. So I'm going to go out on a limb and saying that your emotional maturity here as a Cancer, this is you from the outside looking in. Especially, now could you get more masculine, feminine just in terms of imagery on the inner, right? You know, Malama, feminine goddess earth energy here. You've got in a way masculine water energy, though Cancer is a feminine sign. The earth and water signs are feminine dynamic. The air and fire are masculine. I didn't make it that way. It's an ancient system. Unless you want to go back into past lives, and if I did it, sorry, not sorry. So, you know, you put these two together with the Samaritan. This is somebody who can, with cardinal water, creative emotion, serve. But serve without depleting themselves. So I feel like I'm talking to somebody who is perhaps aware of their empathy. Perhaps they have helped people before that have burnt them. So in general, aren't so ready to help anybody unless they know them for a very long time. Told you I was raised by Cancer, right? A member of the family, something like that. But in a general read, particularly if it is a family member who, I don't know, might have had to go into certain facilities on and off, and you just can't anymore. But I'm not getting that here. I am getting this emotional maturity. I will be the mother of the zodiac, the Cancerian. It looks like you're going to step up to the plate. Now, the shadow work here, maybe it is that you exact, because it's just what we do until we don't, right? Exacting appreciation and recognition for the help that you offer. In other words, it's not anonymous. There's a hook in the help. That doesn't sound, that sounds right. You got a hook in your help. No, my fat in your butt. Sorry, Trixie and Katya just occupy way too much of my gray matter. Little gray cells turning pink and scarlet red. Let's get a healing mantra for you, the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn, to help you do the shadow work here. But really, the only card that indicates what the shadow is here is in the archetype card. These other 2 cards feel lovely. Please take a nice deep breath. Feet on the floor, Mark. Okay, all right. I call upon my ascended masters of soul contracts, because this could be a tribal family thing, this could be a one-on-one relationship thing, where the help is needed, and that doesn't necessarily have to just be family, it could be work, organizations, any of that. So please, what is the perfect healing mantra for the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing the Samaritan in the 8th chakra with Malama, the 9 of Pentacles on the inner, and their card, the Cancerian King of Cups, Cardinal Water, in the lower 3 chakras, and from the outside looking in really feels that way. What's the perfect healing mantra to help them with this shadow period, this full to new October, November? See? Honoring adversity. A fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. I feel like you want to help this person, but you may be going through your own adversity right now. So you may very well be keeping to yourself. I mean, that's true for everybody, considering what we're going through on the planet right now in so many different ways, shapes, and forms. We're going through a time of radical transformation here. So I'm going to read this for you. It's a rough card to get, but it is a shadow read, you know. Honoring adversity. A fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. When adversity is honored, life is appreciated as oscillating cycles of deterioration and renewal. It's a cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, right? Deterioration is the natural process of new things becoming old, while renewal is the process of old things becoming new. Great. Now I've got when everything old is new again. Thank you, all that jazz. As you learn to honor these two interconnected processes, just as naturally as the changing of the seasons, I live where the seasons change, not everybody does, you are able to embrace adversity. It's not a punishment, but a gift of renewal birthed out of the ashes of erosion. Gee, that sounds like Rising of the Phoenix, doesn't it? Well, in order or otherwise, the Order of the Phoenix. So there is an adverse situation going on here, but it's not happening to you all. It's happening for you. Probably to help you kind of say, you know, I'd rather ignore this, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Let me get the last little bit here. This mantra is ideal for processing unforeseen changes. Can be something comes out of the blue, can be someone comes out of the blue, overcoming superstitious beliefs, which we have way more than we realize, and I'm not just talking about step on a crack, break your mother's back. I'm talking about, well, if I do this ceremony or this ritual or this prayer every day, I'm going to get A, B, C, D, E, F, G. How's that going, right? We have so many spiritual superstitions, but considering how far we've evolved, it's a little bit different than just knock wood. It's just, what was that? What I heard that. It's just more elaborate. It's just more elaborate, spiritualized superstition. And surrendering the ego, and I think that's what this is not happening to you, it's happening for you. I have to wonder if this is tribal. Because you're so clear and solid within yourself, again, not a 10, a 9, but that real independent, strong, foundational thing there, a lot of wisdom in that, and this emotional maturity, but perhaps a little standoffish while you are looking at this, because if you don't know what to do, you don't know what direction to go, it's because the burning is not complete. You've got to let this play itself out. And really, what better guidance for a waning moon, where things are going to ashes anyway, only to rise again at the new moon and the waxing process. Let's talk to the higher selves of all involved. Yeah, I'm going with, this is definitely a soul contract read here. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the whisper of love from the Whispers of Love Oracle here? For the Cancerian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing the Samaritan, Malama, Nine of Pentacles on the inner, King of Cups, Cancerian card on the outer, honoring adversity because the fire is not done burning yet, so the path of new direction has yet to be revealed, but maybe during this, but they may have to help someone or something they would rather ignore. So please, what is their whisper of love from their own higher selves? And perhaps if this is more than one person, the higher selves of all involved. Slow down. It's a really good card to get. Slow down. When you are excited, you get ahead of yourself. Take some time to allow things to unfold. And I do feel that here. And I think it's even in this card of honoring adversity. A fire reveals a path of direction, a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. I feel like that once is the pivotal thing there. I don't know if it's happened yet for you as a general read for so many people on the planet, but certainly to slow down, to let things gestate. Oh, a pregnancy word, right? For the mothers of the zodiac. Take your time on this. I mean, if somebody's eyes are bleeding, that's different. It's an emergency situation. I'm not getting that. Because this is not a healing family archetype. It is a divine family archetype. And remember, you can always bless people silently. From afar, right? Just no one needs to know you're doing it. And maybe that is sort of what you do while you bide your time. May they be blessed with all that they need. May they be blessed with what I cannot give them. And may they be blessed what I can give them when I can give it to them. There's all sorts of... I pray a lot. I'm a true mystic. I kind of live like one too. Kind of. You should have seen the day I was like, what am I turning into, a monk? And I looked down, I was wearing a brown bathrobe and sandals around my own house. I was like, yeah, I'm a monk. Hey, I'm a monk. Yee. Let's find out what is the divine animal walking with you from the Divine Animals Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Spirit, animals, and totems, and all of that. This one takes a moment to tune to because I gotta go a little pre-verbal. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the animals, spirits, and totems for the Cancerian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, please. Who walks with them, who crawls with them, who flies with them, who swims with them. The Cancerian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, just like a shaman would have their totems with them, tribal or individual. Who are the animal spirits with them, helping them do the shadow work here, with the Samaritan being alchemized, Nine of Pentacles on the inner, Cancerian, King of Cups on the outer, honoring adversity and slowing down to allow things to unfold. What is their perfect? Who's with them? This new to full to new October, November 2021. I was born in 1968, so I was raised with 1970s TV. It's Red Fox. Come on, Elizabeth. Millennials have no idea what I'm talking about, most likely. Red Fox is a brilliant stand-up comic, filthy. But, a TV show, Sanford and Son. Lamont, you dummy. I mean, I grew up with that, right? Grady and Aunt Esther. Oh my God, LaWanda Page. I would love her as a spirit guide. She's amazing. Card number 3, Red Fox. Strategy. Oh, gee, like slowing down? I mean, I think you're going to help these people here, but there's a strategy of here waiting for the fires, to keep burning, because maybe you didn't start the fire. It's always burning since the world's been turning. I can't believe I Billy Joel'd my channel, but I just did. Let's keep it light, folks. Yes, it's a waning moon read, but, a spoonful of sugar, pip pip and all that rot. Card number 3, Red Fox. I loved him. Buddy Hackett, all of them. Just reading you the beginning and the end of the chapter. This book is dense with info. strategy. Work through a strategy to get what you want. This is a time of transformation, honoring adversity. So do not hide what you really are. Be a part of nature, not apart from nature. Be patient, your opportunity will come. Slow down. It's exactly what this is saying. That's like the little verbal thumbnail sketch. Let's get you. This is Japanese, I think. The imagery, at least, and the mythos that they give you, but I can't read the whole thing. This reading will be way too long, but I'm going to read you the little bit called The Magic. If you need some prosperity in your life, or you are wishing for a more connected relationship to the world on any level, Inari Okami may be able to give you a strategy to assist. As the Inari and their Kitsumi is a living tradition, you can use modern Shinto ways to honor them. And if you are lucky enough, you can visit one of the Kitsumi temples in Japan. Fox magic is transformative, and foxes can help you find the best way to get through any puzzling or difficult situations. I mean, the fox for me has always been about stealth, right? Sly as a fox, but definitely strategic, right? I mean, the fox and the hound decide. I mean, fox hunting for me is a fucking nightmare, and they're so cute. If my cats wouldn't eat them, or they wouldn't eat my cats, I would, but no, I'm not doing that. And a female fox is a vixen, right? So Red Vixen sounds like a DC hero, except Vixen already is. Really, the vibe on this, I gotta say, though, is that I feel like you really do want to help here, but you don't know how, because all right, for some people, you're not getting all the information. I don't know if people are withholding or it's just not clear. Might be somebody's hiding something here, since we're talking about shadow work. So give yourself some time. Don't beat yourself up if you cannot, do this. I would just be very stealth about the help you give anyway. Anonymous help, I think, would be probably the best here, so that there is no pressure of what other people might think. Or at least, if it is a family member, that you kind of like people, let's all just do this together, right? Let's do this, but I don't need any credit for this. I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart. Done, right? So it's nice and clean. Just clip it with one of them claws. Digging it. Last card down. I would say this one's called a Samaritan, honoring adversity with strategy, but let's see what the hidden blessing is. He's going to say it. From the mystical Celtic blessing cards to Enrich and Empower, Blessed Be by Lucy Cavendish. Love her name. Yes, Lord and Lady Cavendish. I've been watching a lot of Agatha Christie's Poirot from, I think, the early 2000s. You can find all of them in a playlist on YouTube. The Little Grey Cells, which he's Belgian, but everybody else is pretty much British in it. Been sliding all over the United Kingdom, watching the series, 77 episodes. I'm almost halfway through. So let's get this one on the table, shall we? This is the Pantheon of Pantheons. I'll explain it as we go. And this is the hidden blessing that's already in place that you may not see unless the shadow work is done. Let's find out. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the pantheon of all pantheons, all cultures, all lineages, all traditions, even those considered off-planet if necessary, please. One card in clarity for the Cancerian Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, please, what is the hidden blessing here for the Cancerian Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, so that they can really refine their capacity to help those they would rather ignore, with that Nine of Pentacles, Malama on the inner, their card, the Cancerian card, King of Cups on the outer, honoring adversity, waiting for the fire to finish burning so that the path of new direction can be revealed, so that they just slow down, because when they're excited, they get ahead of themselves, particularly if it is a family situation where there's a lot of drama. They are, after all, fourth house dynamic, the home, so that they take some time to allow things to unfold. And working with the red fox, for the strategy there to call upon that, to maybe be a little stealthy, but also to keep themselves in balance. So please, what is the hidden blessing here for the Cancerians this full to new, October, November 2021? This one really, yeah. I feel like Mama's got something to say here, if there's a mama here, regardless of gender. You got card number 12, a blessing for a mother. Cancerians are the mothers of the zodiac. The opposite side, Capricorn, are the fathers of the zodiac. Cardinal water and cardinal earth. I'm going to read this, but I got to tell you, there is just something so symmetrical about this, right? Because with this card of the Nine of Pentacles, this could be single mother, even though that would be more external. But with the King of Cups, it's almost like I'm getting this mother-father dynamic. This could play itself out as two different people. Again, this could be somebody else that you're looking at from the inside looking out. But my sense, this is about you. And you may be dealing with a family or a tribe in some way, shape, or form, which would indicate the root chakra dynamic here really connecting with your emotional field as a Cancerian. If people really understood empathy, it is like when your feet are on the floor and someone two rooms away down the hall, whatever, drops something and you feel it through your feet, right? You may not know where it came from or what it is, but you feel it. It feels like you might be feeling a lot of things here, but I don't think they're all yours. I think you are picking up on other people's stuff here. So let me read the blessing here. I try and do these full out as best as I can. What's the number on this one? Card number 12. A blessing for a mother. It's such a pretty card. They all are, though. Need the magnifying glass for this. Where's my... I got my blessings thing. My torch of Archangel Ariel. Oh, and this is a long one. Buckle up. I'm going to do this full out. Please, may we bless all mothers as I do this. Please take a nice deep breath. Card number 12. A blessing for a mother. A blessing for a mother so that she knows and deeply understands the sacred and challenging path she walks and appreciates the state and the rights of motherhood evolve just as her child will grow and change into their own true self. That's just the intro. To birth the child within, birth the child into the world through the cauldron of the womb, and feed the babe at the breast, and yet need to learn how to let go? That was all a question, okay? Oh yeah, to do all of that and learn the need to let go? That is the test and quest of motherhood. Oh, I think I get what this is. And you are its initiate, for within motherhood are great paradoxes and contradictions. To be a mother is to be at once yourself and another. To be a mother is a yearning for the well-being of another, dearest in all the world, yet imperfect and growing, and wild and unknowable. How is it that a mother can carry the yearning, the care, the delight, the love, the intimacy, and the purity of motherhood, the sheer hard work of it, the feeding and the cleaning of the young, and within all this is the desire to give birth again to the self who you are becoming through this great initiation? To be a mother is to be deeply your own true self and yet selfless. Samaritan. To love another deeply and open up yet another room and another within your heart. To be a mother is to see the world's children and babies as your own. It is to be primal, prehistoric, and ageless, beyond dogma and preaching. You are the creator of all, and once you were worshipped. And that's coming back very fast. That was just the explanation. Here's the blessing. May you be blessed with your children's well-being. May motherhood ignite in you the flame of healing for any wounds from your own childhood. May the earth mother you and bless you as you walk through the challenges of the way of the mother. May your arms be strong, but not so tight as to not know when to soften and release the tender ones from that fierce protection. May your womb quicken with healthy babes, and may their delivery into the world be as deep and initiatory as this stepping between the worlds was always meant to be. May you know your value lies beyond that of your fruitfulness, and is within the characters you've helped shape and the lessons you've taught. Forgive yourself for your imperfections, for mothering is a sacred task that we are all untaught at. We must find our way through, feel sheer instinct and that mother's love that all desire. And when the young ones come to you and recognize all you have done, and in the warmth of their affection and gratitude, may you grow old with joy as your companion. Blessed be. Look. As mothers of the zodiac, this totally makes sense, but I do understand, and this may not be for everybody, but if you are a mothering person, you might be mothering people that are not your children, and that can happen in so many different ways, right? But if it is the case that you are dealing with your own children that are now adults, you may not want to help them because they need to learn how to do this stuff themselves, but that doesn't mean that you but that's not a real mother, but it is. I feel that tension, particularly if it's in a time of adversity. Now, I have to say, my mom, like I said, she's a pretty cool lady. I mean, purple-haired gay witch son. Wasn't born with the purple hair. It grew in when I turned 50. What can I tell you? But she, she's there for me. But, she's very supportive. But she's like, I don't understand it all. I love you. But, you let me know what you need. When you need it, I will do my best. But also, I need to see that you are putting in the work, right? So this Samaritan archetype, like I said, is very, very, very key here. It really is about helping when you may not want to. But what I'm also getting, and this is maybe for a smaller percentage here, is that this could be a past life thing where you're kind of mothering somebody who that's not really the appropriate role here, and you may be ignoring that. I have the mother archetype. That's not the one we're looking at here. But I mother companies, right? I mother my cats. I mother my home. I do not, to the best of my ability, mother other people. Except sometimes you have to, like a friend. I'll cook for you. I'll make up the pull-out bed with the Tempur-Pedic mattress for you, right? Welcome to my home. It is my sacred temple of the Divine Mother. But with adversity going on, and the other thing that makes me say that there's a hesitancy here is that slow down with the strategy of the red fox and the idea in a waning moon of a mother having to, as it said in the blessing, soften that grip, right? To withdraw your protection. And Cancerians, crabs, hold on, man. You really, really do. So this is shadow work. This is probably somebody leaving the nest or maybe already has left the nest and sort of dealing with the adversity of that. But if they're going through adversity as well, I can understand the boundary if you're trying not to help so that they can help themselves. Let me put this together in a larger blessing, please. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading whenever and wherever they may be, may they be blessed with all that they need this full moon in October to new in November, that they may call upon the magic of the red fox to find the strategy that they need, which seems to be from their own higher selves, to slow down, because when they are excited, they get ahead of themselves. They need to take some time to allow things to unfold, which I think certainly shows itself as that Cancerian patient, emotionally mature, slowing it down, feeling it out, feeling it through, because inside of them there is abundance, there is stability. Malama, definitely a mother goddess, right? Full-breasted. The gourds are filled. She's holding a gourd. I'm not, doing it that way. jugs. But that nurturing is in them. They have it to give, but there's also a deeper wisdom in there, and maybe the children, literal or symbolic, have moved on, have left the nest, because they do have that single vibe that, no, I'm good, I'm clear, I'm solid within myself, and because there is some adversity going on here, and help them to remember that a fire reveals a path of direction once the burning is complete here. And with this hidden blessing of the mother upon them anyway, which just goes along with everything else on the table here, may they be so blessed that they refine their capacity to help those they would prefer to ignore, so that they heal, so that they become better at this, so that they become more generous in their own spirit, but also knowing where those boundaries are, when to help physically, when to help psychically, through prayer, mystically, spiritually, to be a listening ear, not necessarily somebody who runs in and rescues. So I feel a touch of ambivalence here for them, that should I, shouldn't I, do I, don't I? Well, by all means, pantheons of the divine, help them honor the adversity that's going on here, maybe even within themselves, until that new direction is revealed by slowing down with their strategy, because there is a hidden blessing for them. They're learning a new stage of motherhood, or perhaps being blessed as a mother, even if they're not literally biologically so. So as they heal, grow, become the best that they can be, and fulfill their role in the divine plans, we all do that along with them, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none. As I will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. Look, Lillian, Lil, you watching? She's my roommate from college, right? A Cancerian choreographer at the Boston, or her short film Woman is taking over the Planet Earth, winning awards. Well, not a literal mother, but she's a choreographer, she's a business owner, she's a filmmaker. All of these things, her children, right? Chill, girl, call me. You actually called me this morning. I have to call you back later. So thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, like it. It helps other crab cakes find it, right? You want more? Subscribe. You want to book me? You know how. Link in the description box. You want to read my book? Link in the description box. Available on Kindle. Otherwise, whew, a bit of a knockdown drag out, and emotionally I'm gonna take a nice little nap after this. Maybe I'll even have some cocoa when I wake up, Mom. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing you all the very best and the very blessed of this full to new, my beloved crab cakes. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.